I'm Chris Cassidy, the President and CEO of the National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation. We're sitting inside the soon-to-open National Medal of Honor Museum. We're in Arlington, Texas, the center of the country physically. We've been under construction for 3 years, and this is a wonderful moment to unveil the project to the country. This is a museum about people who are normal Americans, everyday citizens that did something extraordinary on a day when the nation needed them to do it. Every year in our country, March 25th is Medal of Honor Day. By no small coincidence, that's the day we open the doors to the public. As with any museum or attraction, it needs to be interesting for the whole family. Not just interesting for dad who served or mom who served, but for the whole family. So we put a lot of thought into interactive displays and ways people of all ages can engage. It's a place where you learn about courage, commitment, sacrifice to others, service over self, and be inspired for those concepts perhaps in your everyday life. And that's really our mission, is to inspire people to be better versions of themselves using these stories as an example. People will encounter what we call islands, or basically a big table that has a featured recipient, in some cases 2 or 3 others on there as well, where there's similar stories. Along the perimeter, and you see some of that behind me, various pictures and quotes and other things that recipients have been involved in. There's another experience where you're put in the mindset of a helicopter dust-off pilot in Vietnam, where you have to make the similar decisions. You're faced with a criteria: do I go to refuel now, or do I push on to get the person in this limited window that I have, and a few other scenarios like that. That's our largest artifact that we have, and we felt like that square footage was well used because that helicopter is a centerpiece of so many amazing stories. Our project is really threefold. It's the physical building of the museum. In a couple years, we'll be constructing a monument on the nation's mall in DC, and that's exciting in and of itself. And we're working through the congressional authorization right now, actually, to close that out. And the third aspect is a leadership institute. On March 22nd, when we've got the Medal of Honor recipients here and dignitaries from around the country, it'll be a great deal of pride for our staff to look at the building, to look at those people. And we know the hard work that's gone into it in 3 years, not just in the design and construction, but the philanthropic support that it takes to pull something like this off. And in my old job as an astronaut, we used to say, no bucks, no Buck Rogers. And that adage applies to building a facility for a nonprofit, and it takes so many generous people and companies around the country to enable it to happen. So figuratively holding the hands of all those people that we walk through the threshold of the building that day, it'll be a pretty exciting time.